Sustain!
Nutrition.
Joe, what we talk about?
Food tracking.
Top 3 mistakes you're making tracking your food.
Number 1 is not getting it right.
Not checking what you're inputting and if it's correct. When you go in there, there's lots of lots of information that's inputted by users, which is not always correct.
So when I've calorie tracked before, it's saved me time and effort and a massive amount of frustration by just going onto Morrisons or Tesco.com, finding out the actual information and putting it in myself.
So the biggest kind of take home from that is to check the foods that you're inputting. So there's all the kind of the barcode scanning and stuff like that. Sometimes that's going to be off as well, because again, if I scan a barcode and it might not recognise it, and then I have to put in what the food is. So if I put that in wrong, then you scan it, then you get the wrong information. So look at what you're tracking and then check that against what's going into MyFitnessPal, and that's going to give you a more accurate thing. So first one would be, don't always trust what you're told.
The second one then is your calorie numbers. So I'm going to tweak it ever so slightly. We mentioned people adjusting for exercise, but one of the biggest issues that we see is things like Fitbits as well, with people being told that they are burning 3,000 calories a day, so therefore you can eat 3,000 calories a day. It's just not right, because people with metabolisms will adjust, the amount of calories you'll burn will change depending on what you've done before or years before with regards to your dieting history and your exercise history and all manner of factors, medication, stress levels, wherever it may be. There's different things that are going to affect the rate you're burning energy. You need to be aware that calorie tracking is great, but don't think that you can go and knock off 500 calories on a stepper and go and eat 500 calories and all is well.
Also, remember, when you set up your whatever your calorie count's going to be, when you calculate your calories, it asks you how active you are during the week, how much training you do, how much activity you do. So those calories are already factored into the total that you've been given, whether that's 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, whatever it is. So then to say, oh, well, I burned 600 calories in my workout, so I can now eat 2,600 calories, it's already taken into consideration that. So whatever you do, don't add the calories that you've exercised. 3 is just concentrate on the macros and not the micros.
If I say to you, you've got 2,000 calories to eat today, and I'm not going to eat...
I am going to eat 3 tubs of Ben & Jerry's.
Yeah, and technically, if you are in a calorie deficit, you will lose weight.
But...
It's a big old but on this. If you're eating low quality food, you will be hungrier because it's faster acting, it's not going to be as satiating. So we have a thing where we talk about moderators or abstainers. Some people are great at moderating, they can have a strict 15 grams of peanut butter with each meal. Personally, I'm not one of those people. So,
how much is a spoonful?
How much can you balance on a spoon? So you have to look at what the reason you got overweight or got in the shape that you don't want to be in where you are currently, and find a strategy that suits that. So calorie tracking is great, but I would really advise against trying to do it every day, and you get people trying to shoehorn as much crap food into their day as they can and don't get the results they want because they spill over, because it's not tracked properly, just because it often is harder to do to have a little bit of off-plan food every day.
Yeah, food quality is always going to count. It's always going to drive your results as well. Like I said, there's plenty of studies where people have lost weight eating Greggs, they've lost weight eating McDonald's, have lost weight even eating cake because they're in a calorie deficit. They probably felt like shit and probably looked terrible.
They're hungry all the time.
Yeah, and we're really, really hungry because the fact is, 1,500 calories from McDonald's is not a lot of food, whereas 1,500 calories from good, wholesome food choices is a lot of food, and it's going to keep you full and it's going to make you feel really, really good as well. So there you go, there's our top 3 mistakes people make. They don't check the food they're inputting, they adjust for the exercises they've done, and they don't focus on food quality. So out.